Hey everyone, Lensman Oz here. Welcome back to the Dyson Sphere Program. Look, we're passing a logistics festival. So I've spent a little bit of time in between episodes. There goes another. I have set up some mining on Vendor 1. So I did say we would take a trip over there, so we're doing that right now. Here, we're going to come in really hot. There we go. Now, this planet has, if we zoom out, this planet has, I hope I stay in orbit by doing that. It's got some iron, not much. It's got a bit of copper, 19 million silicon, 23 million, almost 24 million stone, and 4 and a bit million coal. So, solar energy is better up here, wind is not so great, but I didn't have a lot of solar panels with me, so I brought some wind up. And what my plan is to grab as much of the resources off this planet as possible. Where is my thing? It should be easy to spot. Let's work this out. Somewhere around here. Over here. You just see it on the little mini map in the corner. I set up one of the interstellar links. Because power is so low up here, it's taking somewhere in the region of 6 wind turbines just to run these two miners, so 3 each mine. So what I planned on doing was pretty much just hooking up, as I said, everything into here and storing it for remote supply. So these guys are going to plant things down and do their stuff. This is negative 400 in transit, really? Anyway, I've got smelters and things here. For this, I'm just going to send the ore down for the copper and the like. So I'm going to put mines on each of these and just run them all into this until that's gone. And then we'll move it to somewhere else. I don't want anything super exciting because I don't have a use for the copper yet, but I will, and I can see it coming soon. But for the moment, we're going to burn through a lot of these belts doing this. Yeah, for a moment, we're going to just have this set up so that some of these items go in here, and then we're going to ship them, into interstellar, much. But yeah, I get these 2 local copper veins set up. There's another one over here which we could tap into, but again, I might wait for each of these to disappear first. Kind of digging into this mountain of dirt. Getting a lot of soil pile here. We've got 400,000 soil pile in an invisible inventory, pretty much. Some coal over there we could tap in. There you go, that's going to start producing copper. And as I said, I'm just going to send copper ore back. I'm not super worried. It's more about the power efficiency thing in that case. Just because of the whole, lower generation amount. Let's hook this other one up. Get it done. And then we'll head back to the other planet. But pretty much, this is the plan. We've got silicon being smelted into the silicon plates, so I don't have to worry about smelting it back on the planet. And again, that was quite a few, 9 smelters to keep, 90% load on 5 smelters, so 9 wind turbines, 5 smelters. These are all sitting in here, and this has nowhere to go yet, but it will once we get back to the other planet. And again, as you can see in there, I'd already set up all the other ores. I will come back and take everything from here. Okay, so let's zoom back out. It's really awesome going near the sun and flying through what is some of the solar sails. Pushing shift to accelerate. Accelerate up to 1,000 meters a second I can go. See the little solar sails? Isn't that cool? The detail in this game is fantastic. I have to admit, really, really nicely done. More solar sails collecting power and sending it back to us. And as I said, there's another logistics vessel on his way back. And then there'll be ones going between these two. And you can see we're going, comes some more solar sails coming up. Don't think they can hit me. Not sure. Anyway. You can see I hover over that. I've got high purity silicon coming in to the planet. Oof. Gotta love the ability to smack into the planet at high speed. Okay, so again, I've done a little bit of changes around the base here. I have these super magnetic rings going into a logistics station now because we're just producing them here. They weren't being used here. I was using them manually. I need to use them to make this. So the deuterium, deuteron, however you want to say it, the fuel rods require these magnet things, super magnet rings. So I've got that high titanium alloy stuff, and I've got the deuterium up at the top end of the base, so that's where we'll be making these fuel rods. Before we do that, because I'm doing a lot more interstellar type stuff, I'd like to perhaps work a way of getting a particular item down here, and that particular item is that steel. It's already been pumped into the system up there. I'd like to maybe bring it out here, or worst case I'll drop another one of these guys right next to it, which is messy but maybe necessary. So let's see if we can get a belt out. And I won't set a thing up yet, just want to bring a belt out, and then we're going to go up, maybe 2, and then go through here. I want to go through here. I don't want it to connect to any of that. Again, messy, messy, messy belting stuff. Do I need to go? Can I go over that? Is that going over? Yes, it is. Excellent. Again, sometimes the viewpoint becomes a little bit difficult. Let's go all the way back here and then across. I want to bring it down, probably this side, down to 0. And I think I need this for both, so let's go that far. And then turn that off. Somewhere in here, if I go like this and then say I want that guy, but I only want 500 and I want it to demand. The little logistics guys will go and get some and bring it down. And then in here, there is a way of, there it is. You can select which one you want each. You just need to get the right mouse over point. So once that gets, oh, hello, put your fingers on the right spot. Once that gets the items in, which we'll see it come back in a second, they should come flowing out of here and spin around. Here we go, ready? Here they come. Excellent. Let's land. Let's get some power down here. And then we're going to make these assembly machine, in this assembly machine we're going to make those rockets, which require titanium alloy and the electromagnetic turbine. So both of those items are at this point. Let's just use the mid-range ones. Not super important. You and you. And I think I messed myself up here. Oh no, I've got it. You and you into here, and then you into there. And what else did you need? Chips. So maybe it was wrong doing that one. I think I'm gonna need to... You know what I am? I'm gonna need to make my own. Let's do that. Let's turn that back to supply. Because what I want to do... And again, it's terrible, but I'm going to end up having one of these here. So I need 2 items. So you are going to be this and chips. And you are demanding. And you want, let's say 400 of each. And you notice they're both coming down here. So I can now do belt from here, and we're going to give it that one. Hello. Hello. Thank you. And then another one coming out, which is going to be the chips. Good. And then you require this one. I need to upgrade that guy, don't I? He needs to be faster. Excellent, look at that. We are now making our intergalactic logistics vessels in this thing here. I'm just gonna put a box down. We're gonna, I don't know what they stack in size of, so I'm gonna make it 1 stack. And then do that, and we're done. So whenever I need to do more planets or whatever, we've got more logistics vessels that we can hook up and get going. So that's both. Gee, I used a lot of fuel going on that last run. What else? You can be fuel, and you can be fuel. Cool. So yep. This one has no logistics spots in it on its own, but we can get some because we create them. They are crafted here. Don't go into a box though, so there's just 10. And then I can come down here and click on this one and put the 10 in. There they go, zooming out on their way to all the different places. So you have none, so we can clear that one. Yes. As you can see, the chips are going into this one, and I probably could have brought them downwards to down here, but I just thought this logistics thing's cool. One other thing I did in between is I set up more motors. This one now is just supplying the belts here, I think it is. And I put 4 more out here to supply these guys, because this was running out. These are still slow, and I think I'm going to need to split how this works, or the like. I'm not super sure what I want to do here, but this isn't great. We've got one feeding here and one feeding down there, so let's do... Too far, right? Yeah. Kinda wanna, I don't know, do something better here. It's not good enough. Anyway, I'll work on that in between. Okay, let's head up the top. Not sure what else I've done. Oh, a little bit of cleanup up here. As I said, I'm running this stuff into here now. We're using the intergalactic one actually as a local supplier. So I don't think I can place it in like that. I can take like that. And yeah, it's just supplying the rest of the place, and you can see you'll have intergalactic and locals landing here. Very nice. Okay. So the other thing I did is I had these going into the power generators, but then I realized that I'm always running short of plastic, and these two items are the things that make plastic. So I've set up 2 chemical plants here. I'll probably set up a 3rd one, or even 4, to try and use up the excess we've got. How much is in that one? Yeah, so we've got quite a bit of excess coming from this system, and I made this 4 times as large. So we've got 4 of these guys running and just pumping through as fast as we can, and we've gotten 3,000 deuterium. Okay, so next step, right? Next step is to work out how to make... One is to land. It's wasting fuel. So, we're going to make this, and then we're going to eventually make a... wherever the nuclear plant is. Mini fusion power station. If you look, there's 4 items that go into that. I have researched the 3rd one along, which is the carbon meshy stuff. The research is done. We need to set up production of it. But at the moment, to build one of them, we require those 4 items. This stuff is made in a chemical factory. And it's from titanium and carbon stuff, graphene. Not super hard. Should be right to produce that probably at the bottom of the map. Anyway, let's look at this. This is going to be deuterium, and then the other 2 come from one of these. So let's plop this down somewhere, and then you are made in an assembler, so let's start with just an assembler. Just for a start. Again, I'm not real super sure where to put it yet. But you, I want this and this to be demand, and I only want, say, 200 of each. Again, I don't want to get super excited here. And then I need to give it some power, would be great. Okay, so not sure that's the best place to put this, but we need to run a belt. That, and then coming out of here with this stuff. Good, and then coming out of here with this stuff. Excellent. And you are making this. So again, we can always move this up and produce more of this, but I probably just want let's just get some things going here. How quick are you? 7.5 a minute. That's not terrible. I don't know if I can use it as power. I can. So if I go in here, I can use it as power. 300%. So from 50 megajoules for that stuff to 600 megajoules. And a 300%, so that's giving me a huge boost in power. But sweet. So that'll again be requesting things. You see the little drones flying in and out, and you know what? Let's just make a second. Let's make a second guy, just nice and close. Cool. And then we'll just put a belt here with a storage for the moment. And I'm just going to let that tick over. I'm going to leave this as a full area, because if they can just tick over and produce from these items, then, you know, so be it. Right. Things are happening. I realise that I don't need this loop anymore. Everything else should be good. So we should be able to break it here, break it there, and pop that. Also means I can probably go back as far as that. I do waste a lot of belts, I find. I'm generally over placing where I need belts, etc. Cool. Right. So, next one. This stuff. Titanium and graphene. Now, if I remember rightly, I am making graphene. Where do I run it? Is that one of the ones that I sent? Yes, it's this one, the one that I sent via machine now. It's that one there, graphene. Comes over the top, and we're using it here. Okay, where else? Where do I have titanium? I can bring titanium in here. And I can have the machine set up with that. It's almost perfect. You going to be requesting titanium plates. Just 400's fine. Excellent. As we saw, chemical facility, so I'm probably going to need to make a chemical facility. Guarantee I don't have one. Oh, did that say facility or plant? Do I not know how to make this stuff yet? Let's look at that again. Made in a chemical facility. Is it just a typo? It's a refining facility. Oh yeah, it's just a chemical plant, chemical facility. It's just a... yeah, right underneath it. I just want one, please. Just one. I'm going to place it down here. Let's get our third item coming out of here. Tab button. Bring it down. And then I want a chemical plant. Rotate it. Oh, of course it doesn't fit. Of course it doesn't fit. That there maybe. Try again. And you. Nice. No power, of course. Nearby power, and you are making this. To do that, you require that. Yep, and this. Oh, and it's working. It's a working. And I can squeeze that in there. Good. I'm just going to limit it down to, let's say 3 stacks. I don't know what it stacks to. Okay, cool. So to make this, I need 8 of them. I just need to pick up a couple of those super magnet things, and I could almost build one of these fusion stations now. I have all bar a couple of items. There we go, got enough of that. Nice snag. Oop, they're over here, aren't they? summon a box, right? Okay. Let's make 2. Just for giggles, right? Let's come up the top here. And obviously I'll need to work out where I'm going to place it. But let's grab a mini fusion power planty thing. There it is. Did I get 2 in there? I could, but I don't know how I would supply it. There you go. We are now producing 9 megawatts straight off this. Don't think this is its own network, but now producing power. Stacks and things of 20 is pretty decent. So if I'm going to take a stack of 20. You're just doing your thing. If I take the stack of 20 and we go 13 gigajoules in my inventory. I'm going to put that up the end because that's going to burn quicker. There you go, everyone. We have nuclear power. Mini fusion power. Consuming this, I don't know how long it's fairly slow actually, which is decent. Decent amount of use there. Very slow to burn. 9 megawatts. Hopefully we can keep up with what we're producing. That will be the test, is how well this goes. Yeah, sweet. All right, this whole episode I haven't been doing any research, so let's have a real quick look at what we've got and what's next. This little guy here, the miniature particle collider, is the optional, is the other recipe for deuterium. So if you look down the bottom there, you've got the 2 recipes. The bottom one is the one we currently have. The 1 hydrogen, you have a 1% chance of getting 1 deuterium. That's why I've got 4 and they're just constantly running through. It's literally running through, and if it doesn't process, it just moves it out again. The other one, which is the one that's made in this machine, is 10 hydrogen, 5 seconds, and you get 5 deuterium. So it's a lot better than a 1% chance. But the machine to do it uses 12 megawatts of power. So it uses more power than one of those little nuclear plants produce. So is it worth it? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know, because at the moment the one we're using is nope, where is it? This one here. And these guys only use 720 kilowatts. So the 4 of them, you could probably set up, you can set up 10 of these at 720, which gives you what, 7.2 megawatts, and it's still cheaper than that one. So yeah, I don't know. It's stuff to look into. We've got a bunch of other things here, but as I said last episode, I'd like to go towards this gas giant's exploitation, which will allow us to get hydrogen from the local gas giant. And to do that, we need to go through interstellar power transmission. So let's queue these 2 guys up, because that's a lot of research. And if we look, let's scroll out on the map. We come out and we go to the gas giant. As I said, I think I said in the last one, 0.24 hydrogen a second and 0.63 collectible fire ice. Now fire ice is used, can build orbital collective guarantee. Yeah, okay. Fire ice is used in something, can I forget what it is? One of these guys has an alternate recipe from fire ice. Just forget what it is. going to be a chemical of some description. There it is there, graphene. Graphene can come from 2 fire ice, 2 seconds in a chemical facility, gives hydrogen and graphene, which is pretty decent. You're getting 2 materials out of 1. Otherwise you're making graphene with sulfuric acid and carbon. So we'll get a machine onto that, and we'll harvest that planet, harvest the giant, get everything we can, and then eventually we'll move on. And like, there's going to be a point where we're going to run out of materials on this planet, which is going to take a while, but we will run out eventually. And yeah, that's when we start having some issues. In terms of the other resources, just to finish up the copper and iron and that from the other planets, I was going to put another interstellar or at least another local guy here and bring those copper and iron and literally just bring them out here and hook them into these 2 belts so that I don't have to muck around too much. Stones here as well, and there's a carbon one here which is just feeding a couple of power generations, but we can move some stuff around. But by all means, probably the better way to bring things back is bringing them back to this location where we've already got stuff set up. This will run out soon. I am interested to know if the little things on the thing disappear, and I think they do by the way that's looking, because it's only down, yeah, look, they shrink. Only down to the ones that are in the little coils now. Look at that. A couple of thousand in each. Very slowly dwindling the amount. They'll be going for a while. But yeah, the base is getting quite messy, but a lot more logistics drones flying around now, delivering items to produce things like graphene and stacks to 100. That's cool. Yeah, all these little like carbon nanotubes and stuff. So next episode we'll hopefully, I'll let it run as I said. I'll try and get these 2 produced, and then we'll work on whatever these give us. And then I guess we've got some other researches to do before I move on to the next step. So we're going to need to get to here, which is the purple science. To get to purple science, I need to unlock at least this one. So yeah, maybe that one will be next. We'll get this stuff done and then we'll work towards purple science. That probably wouldn't hurt. Satellite power distribution. Get rid of some of our power poles. Anyway, until next time, thank you all for watching. Comments below. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye now.